The SEC decided to move to nothing. They're moving to 8 games. They're going to stick on 8 games. What does that mean? That means for the 2024 season only right now, they're going to stick with 8-team schedule, 8 conference games. They're not going to set a fixed opponent per se right now. What they're going to do is they are going to schedule out the best games that they can for the first year that Texas and Oklahoma will be in the conference, and then they're probably going to try and vote on it again. Now, if you look at what Brett McMurphy tweeted out, he said ESPN source told Action Network that they were not surprised SEC remained at 8 league games in 2024. The only schools that supported 9-game SEC schedule were Florida, Georgia, LSU, Missouri, and Texas A&M. It said also OU and Texas wanted 9 SEC games, but did not have a vote. So we know that Alabama did not like the fact that their 3 fixed opponents were going to be Auburn, LSU, and Tennessee. On top of that, you see the tweet underneath. It says it's about money. When ESPN agrees to pay more, there will be 9 games. Okay, here's the deal. The reason that you don't see South Carolina and Kentucky on there is because they already play Louisville and Clemson at the end of the season. They already have basically 9 conference games. Those games are not going anywhere. You don't see Vanderbilt. Obviously, they want more non-conference games that they can get wins in. Clark Lee is trying to change the scheduling dynamic that they have over in Nashville. There's a lot of different reasons as to why. But another big one is the fact that some of these schools, and Georgia is included in that, even though they voted for 9 games, some of these schools have some big-time non-conference games coming up. Alabama, for example, has both Wisconsin and another P5 opponent coming up in the next couple of years. There are a lot of different reasons why the players in the conference, the big-time teams in the conference that have already gone out and tried to schedule up to help out their season ticket sales, or at least to help the fans out. There's a reason why here, and it's not just about money from ESPN. It's about the money that you're going to use to the money that you're going to use to be able to buy out a contract, right? So I'm not surprised that they stuck with a 9-game or an 8-game conference schedule. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. And I don't expect it to change unless they find a way to incentivize it, right? Currently, there is no incentive other than, well, it would just be good for the fan, right? Either way you slice it, some years you're only going to have 4 home games compared to 5 road games. That doesn't help you out, right? You're going to have to buy out of a lot of these non-conference games in order to get the preferred number of home games. That doesn't help anybody either. So you're losing revenue, even though you just signed this big TV deal. You don't want to just throw that money away on having to buy out contracts and whatnot just because your conference decided they want to play another game, additional to what they had already talked about for years and years, or not talked about, but what they've already done for years and years. So yeah, this is interesting. I don't think it's going to change after 2024. Kirby Smart said it best. He said that he didn't care at all. He said the way that I look at it, yeah, we'll have 1 fixed opponent, but we're going to play all the other teams in the conference twice every 4 years anyway. So what does it really matter? And I think he's right. I kind of like the idea of the 1-7 split. I think it works out well because you're going to play 7 brand new teams every other year. I think that keeps it fresh. I think it makes those matchups between Alabama and Tennessee and whoever else that much more enjoyable whenever you do get to that point. Just my thoughts on it. But let me know what you think. Jump in the chat. I'm curious to see what you guys think about this. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.